Hi, it's me again. And as you can see, I try to learn some new stuff about animating and editing. And as you can see, I'm bloody animated. bloody crazy this kind of technology, am I right? Which is why I did my best of editing this video, this part 3, which you are watching right now. And today we are talking about why Pokemon Nuzlocke runs and Pokemon fan games are more beloved than our current Pokemon games right now.
First lesson for today will be to define the word genre. Genres are expression or classification with which the various expression of art, film, literature and music are classified. But like any classification, it will change over time. And the same will happen and also has happened with video games and their genres. For example, the video game Doom was in the year 1993 up to 1997 the definition of what a first-person shooter must be, which is why in this time space every game tried to imitate Doom, which is why these games were called Doom clones. And because Doom got such a huge impact on the shooter genre, this impact didn't disappear over the time, but was here to stay and helped to form all the upcoming games. But milestones like Doom can't just stay in the spotlight forever, because technology and upcoming games and ideas will be there to take once again the spotlight. And there will be changing the definition of the genre once again. But this is not the only thing that will change. Game creators got a somewhat definition of ourselves, or the pictures of what they think we are. This picture is called a persona, and I don't mean the persona of the game Persona. By that I mean the actual definition of a persona, the aspect of someone's character that is presented to or preceded by others. Of course, this picture of a persona can change over time with the help of new technologies and new game innovations. And a company doesn't just focus on one persona, but got multiple personas and try to keep them happy by trying to preserve what made these kinds of persona interested in these games. Something that Game Freak tries to imitate in their Pokemon games. But we get ahead of ourselves. If the persona is clear, then the creator know what to do. But how do they know if they got the right persona? Well, let's make an example. The genre action. Action games concentrate on fast interaction like hand, eyes coordination, reaction and reflection. Shooter games use 3D room perspective, which need fast reaction and reflexes. You can play them alone or with multiple peoples. And role-playing games like Pokemon trap the player in a new fictional world, which uses mechanics to showcase the growth of the player by letting the avatar grow. It also allows us to explore a new world which the player never seen. With the help of genres, we know the main emotions and interests of what our personas want and what they understand under the definition of fun. With that, we can deduce who our targets are and how to design the games for them. For example, Pokemon was always about exploring new things you don't understand and becoming powerful, becoming someone, becoming the best Pokemon trainer in the whole game. It was also back then a way to connect with other people by trading other Pokemon to evolve specific Pokemons to make them even stronger. Such dreams of exploring a new world you don't understand and also becoming powerful, becoming someone is normally shared by kids and young adults. That doesn't mean that this isn't shared by older people. I mean, look at the isekai genres. But you get my drift, alright? And that was clear from the start. I mean, even the old ads from Pokemon knew that they were targeting kids. I mean, look at this ad. And in the end, they weren't even wrong. Because at the time, it was sold on a Game Boy, a console that was considered a kid's toy. And with the help of reviews, questionnaires and buyer interest and the action of players, they knew who their targets are. So they focused on the part which made everyone interested in these games. The ability to explore a whole new world. But here comes the but. It isn't 1996 and the old kids are now adults. And many of these adults have left Pokemon behind. So a new generation of kids must be interested in this genre. So there once again targets new kids. And because the new kids, the new generation is so focused on things like iPads and laptops, their need to grab the attention of these kids by making the game easier to understand, easier to explore, which is why the Pokemon world in Pokemon Sword and Shield is so wide open, and it is way shorter to beat and to level up, which is why the XP share is once again busted in this game. This will all help to give the player a feeling of they accomplished something when they just, I don't know, sit like 1 hour before the video game and don't look at the newest video about how a guy buys new sneakers or something like this. I don't know what the kids nowadays watch. I am not a kid anymore. I usually watch some Purple Cliff and some explainer videos, maybe now and then some SCP's videos, and listen to Sherlock Holmes cases. But enough of me, let's continue. Even though the main ads are targeting to kids and young teens, they are also targeting another group. The old-timers who play Pokemon. So the question is, why do they do that? The answer is to bait us, to get another persona on their board. Don't get me wrong, this is a good business strategy. A strategy that doesn't even involve a lot money to pull off, because you're just reusing old assets. And this isn't a bad business choice, because every 5 years you could bring out a new remake, or you could just, I don't know, put out Pokemon Crystal for the 3DS without having to change anything. And you would still get $10 from each and every customer, new and old. But by doing that, they think they could get away with everything. And they're not wrong. We still buy the newest remake of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, even though the art style, music and extra content isn't enough to satisfy us. Because we know they could do better. We saw Pokemon Heart Gold and Sword Silver and what they did with this game. We saw Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. We saw Pokemon Platinum. We saw Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. So where's the effort that we saw to the prior games? Well, the answer to that could be multiple things. Maybe they became lazy because they learned that we buy everything they put before us and we still would call it a masterpiece. Or they're too scared to try anything else because everything that goes away from the formula would be met with critique from the fans. But in the end, I call bullshit on that because Mystery Dungeon and Pokemon Rumble did well as Pokemon Unite, or this free-to-play Pokemon game, and Pokemon Taken. But what could they do to make the games better? What kind of story and what kind of Pokemon and characters could they design to make Pokemon great again, or greater? Because I admit I am a Hop fan, but maybe I will give him his own video. But anyways, let's return. Many things could they do better. They could inspire themselves from real-life places, because Galleon, the new generation region, was inspired by England. And I must say, I didn't really realize that this was inspired by England. This video right here that you're seeing right now did a way better job of capturing an England feel in a Pokemon universe than any of Generation 8 could do. They could even go the Assassin's Creed route, where they introduce history in the Pokemon universe and make sure to place them all around the world as collectibles, so that you can be rewarded if you find every single piece of history. It is also important to make the collecting of Pokemon rewarding and not just giving the player a piece of paper where it stands "Congratulations, you found every single Pokemon." Make it like Ni no Kuni, where you as the player got a magic book that when you collect a lot of things, you get rewarded by history, mythical information, children's stories, or even a new Pokemon, or an important item like the XP share. There are so many things that could implement that would make the game even better. But let's talk about different games that the fans made. Pokemon Ash Gray, the whole journey of Ash Ketchum, all designed and ready. What about Pokemon Trashlock or Pokemon Red Kaizo? All games that raises the difficulty. I mean, they don't even need to make a new game. They just need to make a new modus for the game. And finally, Pokemon Team Rocket Edition, a game about betrayal, revenge, and crime. They don't even need to implement the story of Pokemon Team Rocket Edition. They only need to give us the opportunity to become part of Team Rocket. I assume you saw the trend that the fans are done with this kind of bullshit. They want the perfect Pokemon game. And sure, there do happen some bad Pokemon games. But even in the end, they still make more Pokemon games, because with the help of RPG Maker and other programs, they have the opportunity and knowledge to make these games in such a fast time. Sure, fan games don't need to face legal actions, and they have the freedom of making games for adults, but that is not an excuse to try to make better children games that also can be enjoyed by adults or teenagers. I mean, look at all these young adult novels. Harry Potter is still one of the most enjoyable books even as an adult. Ask my father, he loves Harry Potter. And why is that? Because of the compelling story about friendship, trust, betrayal, and not giving up. Because of the compelling characters like Dumbledore, Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Professor Snape, we stayed there to watch how their story would end. We all bought at least one fan book about Harry Potter and the lore behind it, like Magical Beast and where to find. And why did we do this? Because we were interested in the world they're living in. And Pokemon could do this easily, because like hell, they got the bloody world infected by mythical creatures that could change the world forever. We got a bloody Pokemon that can form into everything. We want to know how the world can handle these kinds of Pokemon. I mean, look at the bloody SCP Foundation. They got a good balance on how to handle these kinds of creature, and they're still going with their stories. Why can't Pokemon do this? Why do the fans need to do this? Why do we as fans understand Pokemon better as the creators does? Why do Pokemon fans write stories like Pokemon Insurance and Pokemon Clover, while Game Freak writes Pokemon stories like Pokemon Sword and Shield? I don't know, and to be honest, I don't care right now, because I stay with the Pokemon fan games, because I know they write good stories. They write good Pokemon games. They make good challenges that makes me want to play the game over and over again, just to know if I can beat this game with just a beat roll. They tell us stories about what would happen if England was a Pokemon world. They tell us stories about Pokemon teams like Team Buddies, or about intergalactic time traveling, while Pokemon at Game Freak stays at best at mediocre. They stay and are not willing to grow. This was The Notebook of a Fan with part 3. I wish you all a bloody good day, and I believe in you. So start believing in yourself. Goodbye.